Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today.
Hello, and welcome to a wonderful episode. No. Hello, and welcome to an episode of Staple. I almost said Staple.
Okay, you want a new countdown?
Yeah, let's about like everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sudon segment. Today we're going to be talking about not what I'm going to talk about. I went into the Sudon segment. Sorry.
Okay.
That's what I did.
And in 5, 4.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stapled Together Podcast. Gosh darn
Oh, I
it.
feel like we've been transported to a year ago.
Anniversary jitters, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alright. Uno mas.
No. You didn't drink
No, I
I'm
don't
gonna
want
just
to
be over here sipping my tea.
tip in my seat.
She's all like,
They can't see you.
sipping your tea.
I am sipping my
Kermit
tea.
the Frog about it. Frog about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stapled Together. I am Sudon.
I'm Peachy.
And I'm Ooze.
This is a comic book week for the 27th?
24th
24th.
of July.
Okay, yeah. It's for the comic book week of July 24th, 2019. We're going to start into the very exciting news week.
Yeah.
Comic-Con was this week in the San Diegers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's pronounced Santiago.
San Diego. Who's first?
Peachy.
Who's on first?
Peachy.
That would be me.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to come out of San Diego Comic-Con this year, besides the Picard trailer you shared with everybody, were the announcements for new Marvel Legend figures. If anybody knows, I'm a figure collector.
What?
Yeah.
Peachy's Playhouse.
Yeah, I'm going to have a YouTube segment called Peachy's Playhouse coming out here soon. But they have coming up a Build-A-Figure Thor from Endgame. So he's going to look like the dude, basically. One head with sunglasses, one head without.
That's Thor.
Yeah, super cool plaid pajama pants and bathrobe. And it's just freaking awesome. It's funny. But yeah, that's one of the ones I was excited about. Besides that being the Build-A-Figure, there were a few exciting figures that they announced coming out with them. I don't have my computer access or my internet access, but one of the lines was a line of classic figures that's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, super shiny, like classic looking Iron Man. They're all super classic looking.
Like the old designs, 70s, 60s.
Yeah, OG designs. Like the one Iron Man I have from the MCU has some pretty cool, like, blast effects that come with them and whatever, and they're a little bit translucent to kind of simulate, you know, reality or whatever, but the figures they're coming out with look very, very much comic booky and very classic.
Nice.
So super excited about those.
Not nice. That's awesome. I take back my nice. Keep your nices, Ooze.
Well, I'm jazzed about it.
Yeah, I say jazzed.
I don't.
Oh.
That's a good word.
I'm
gonna start
but yeah, a lot of fun announcements coming from Hasbro. And, Mattel also.
Mattel jumping in bed with the WWE over there.
Yeah, for sure, there's that. They're coming out with the combo figures of Ghostbusters. What else was it?
Ghostbusters and WWE.
Yeah, I know, Ghostbusters and WWE, but there was another combination, WWE and something else.
He-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And He-Man figures.
You know the thing.
You don't know? Oh, you didn't know? That would
I
have been
guess
good.
I did not.
But I wonder if they are going to do him as a road dog or something. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like Kofi Kingston's like the triple head with New Day, and there's a couple other ones.
Oh, yeah, Manny Faces is going to be New Day, yeah.
Yeah, that's Man-E Faces.
Yeah.
With Big E Langston.
There you go. Yeah, another thing that's coming out of Mattel besides the partnership with WWE, some of them are going to be exclusive figures, exclusive to like Walgreens, Walmart, Target, that sort of thing. But the Masters of the Universe have new figures coming out. There's the Masters of the Universe Originals line, which is going to be the original figures from, the original line. They're going to feature a little more articulation, a little more posable, stuff like that.
How many points of articulation did I hear from a specific source?
Was it 20?
Something?
Yeah, I
That's
wish
so
I
many.
could remember. Yeah, a lot more.
How?
I don't even have that many articulations. Okay.
A lot more than 5, But yeah, they should be super cool. I'm looking forward to them. The price point is somewhere around $15, which is also awesome. So I'm looking forward to that.
Of course, I could be also quoting from the Power Ranger Lightning line that they announced. Was Hasbro did that one?
Hasbro, yeah.
They announced they have a lot of new figures coming out on that one that are going to be pretty cool. That I'll probably be opening up with you on those channels too.
Nice. Yeah, for sure.
Take a look for Peachy's Playhouse.
Yeah.
Name pending. We haven't finalized, I don't think, on what's going on, but check that out. It's coming.
Yeah, and a lot of cool stuff coming from Mega Constructs, also from Mattel on Mattel's end.
Halo line, they've expanded the Halo line. I'm surprised you don't want to get into the line. Ooze is a big Halo fan, but really just Master Chief, which is the only thing you should like from Halo.
It's the boy. No, I like Arbiter.
Arbiter's cool. He's okay. I take that back.
And I like Nathan Fillion. he's what's his face?
He was in ODST.
Or maybe he was. He's been in several of them. I think he was also in 3, and he was in 5.
Okay,
he
I know
made
he
his return into 5.
Okay, so he's the same character. Cool. Now I want to play that. Huh?
What?
I heard nothing.
That was to the audience, not to you guys, because you guys haven't played
I
it.
hate secrets. Alright,
Trade secrets.
It's not secrets if he heard it.
He didn't. He
I
said
did
that he
not.
didn't
I
hear
did
it.
not.
I said it was to the audience, not to you.
Yes.
But anyways, Halo, yeah.
So
Mega Construct.
that Halo expansion, they're gonna, of course, keep putting out the Masters of the Universe
They're really
sets.
jumping in on those all in, too.
Which is super cool. That Castle Grayskull, they've got a Snake Mountain on the way, but Castle Grayskull is awesome looking. They have a Game of Thrones line coming out.
Ooh.
That's not something I'd personally pick up, but I thought it was a pretty cool
just
announcement.
The throne.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that'd be pretty cool.
They built a full-size Mega Constructs throne that people were coming in cosplay and sitting on the site. They were putting out on their Twitter a lot of pictures of that. It was pretty kind of cool on that.
Nice.
I'm with Ooze on booing the series because it was pretty dumb. But the figures, the actual stuff that we've seen, like Drogon was the first one they announced. Drogon is the dragon. One of the dragons, no spoiler. He's super cool. Like, this is not like normal. Like, Constructs has really kind of come up in the game.
Oh yeah,
you know, fighting against Lego, who's had a mastery of this market. And Constructs, we've had Tycho come up with some stuff that's not that great.
Right.
All these off brands that we find in child stores and thrift stores that not necessarily the right thing, but hey, they work. But Mega Constructs started
competition for Lego now, especially the articulation in their figures. Dude, these are 2-inch figures, and they're full like joint and elbow, leg, and foot.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
on the faces
they're awesome.
And stuff. And I do the Pokemon Mega Constructs. I've been doing those on that, and those are fun. And they really were kind of quiet on the Pokemon front for this year. But they really were like Game of Groans.
Yeah.
Game of Groans, He-Man.
Yeah.
So a lot of revival there, which is kind of nice to see. Well, makes sense with the Masters of the Universe movie coming out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I always thought they were going to do more at Con this year about that, but with all the announcements, where's that?
Yeah.
But yeah, Toy Noise is cool. Toy Noises.
Toy Noises
is cool.
He's like, ow! I stepped on a Lego. Toy Noises.
To infinity and beyond.
There's a snake in my boot.
Ride 'em cowboy.
A reptile is taking up residence in my footwear.
That's a lot of toy news.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited. Some cool stuff coming our way.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. Alright, well, that's cool. Always like toys. Looking forward to Peachy's Playhouse. Seeing that. What do you got for us, Ooze?
Marvel.
What?
It's so much Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3 Marvel.
There's 3 Marvel that came out. 3,000? Ouch.
Black Widow. Bucky.
Falcon will be there.
Selma Hayek. Scarlet Witch.
She totally glossed over Shang-Chi though there. Like, I'm watching her scroll through Shang-Chi as
more Scarlet Witch.
It's a big hero. They're gonna bring back the Mandarin.
Tom Hiddleston.
Being low-key about it.
What If?
That one I'm excited about. Honestly, it's gonna be an animated in the MCU. That one's gonna be cool because What If's a big Marvel thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be cool to see them what if the snap didn't happen? What if Quill didn't stop them?
Wasn't an idiot.
And kind of maybe shut that fan base up to realize they wouldn't have succeeded if Quill hadn't freaked out. He would have still gotten it from him. Show
You're
us
messing with my groove, man.
But yeah, sorry, you delved into something. Marvel, Selma Hayek,
Kate Bishop.
I was going to say they had the Marvel What If sign featured. If you looked in the background, it showed Marvel Zombies. So that might be one of the stories that they focus on and stuff.
And it's all MCU voices, and it's based in that universe. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That would be cool.
Love and Thunder, Taika Waititi, Valkyrie, Jane Foster. That was a lot. Blade.
Repurposing characters.
Captain Marvel 2. Black Panther 2.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
They hired him back.
That was it. I'm sure there was more, but that was pretty much it.
Maybe
so now we can discuss. That was a lot. There's just so much.
Sorry we ruined your Marvel release poem.
It was supposed to be
slam poetry.
Slam poetry. Exactly.
Jazz, man.
Honestly, have never been to slam poetry before.
Oh, I have.
I have not.
Oh! The tables have turned!
Poetry. Oh, how the tables have tabled.
Oh, man. The more, what, you're probably more learned? No?
More learned?
No, what?
Learned?
No. You're more within that realm than the rest of us, and I figured you would have gone to one, but...
Into the hipster?
Into the hipster.
I'm not a 90s hipster, I think is the problem.
You're an 80s hipster.
Well, no, I'm a 2010s hipster. The X's, 2000, X-teen. 2016, actually, is how it's pronounced. So I take all of the other generations' hipsterness, except for slam poetry, because I don't like poetry.
So we didn't say anything during her poetry. You didn't hear us say anything. But
at all.
They kind of sort of announced their little, list of movies coming out.
List, yeah.
It's a little list. Most of them are TV shows.
Yeah.
They're going to be small shows.
The Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, What If,
Loki.
And Loki, yes. All of those are TV shows.
Yeah, they're going to bridge the gap between what's happening post-Endgame and kind of give us a background on some stuff, I think. I'm looking forward to seeing the Eternals. They're jumping 1,000 years in the past on that one.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't know anything about the group, yeah.
Those words are what I was about to say.
Going to be starring Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek,
yeah.
But no, then they got it's based in the cinematic universe pre-snap, but thousands of years in the past. This is telling us a section of the universe we have never seen, kind of explaining some more of the cosmological side of the universe.
Which is great. That's the shift the MCU is making, is into the cosmic realm.
Which they need to, because they've got to set up X-Men coming. They've got to set up Fantastic Four soon. Announce those. He said they're in the works, Phase 5.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely need the cosmic side of that, because Fantastic Four has Silver Surfer, which is going to be a huge pull for fans.
Right. Are they going to get Doug Jones back?
I would love to get that, but
I love Doug Jones.
They're probably going to get.
They did an awesome job.
They're going to get some random bald dude.
Oh.
And then it's going to be voiced by Lawrence Fishburne again for some reason. But yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Shang-Chi is going to be a fun one. It's Asian or Chinese hero. Going to give us the true Mandarin.
Yeah.
The true Mandarin.
Yeah, it's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Which is Mandarin, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to tie that in with the whole Iron Man thing.
Right.
And with the Snap, now they have a new world.
Yeah.
That they can do it. Or the Blip. Sorry. The blip, as they're calling it. What was the other one that they said? Oh, Black Widow. You're excited about this one.
I am, actually. I'm excited to see David Harbour take up the mantle of Red Guardian, which is, of course, Russia's answer to Captain America. So that's a pretty interesting character. I'm excited to see him portray that one also.
I wonder if he's going to keep the dad bod.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the dad bod.
Right. I've seen beard
including
involved, so I wonder if the beard will be absolutely involved there. Will be there. So.
Yeah. I want to know what happened in Budapest, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the big question. I think they said that's going to be answered because Hawkeye might be in there.
Budapest.
That'd be cool. I'd be alright with that.
It's got to be a flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I mean, well...
Because spoiler.
Yeah, from what I understand, though, it's going to kind of be a passing the mantle kind of story or something. And it will have to do with Black Widow and her past, but it'll also focus on a younger second female character. From what I
bet you
understand.
it's going to be that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. chick that kept running into Captain America. That she's going to take on the new mantle.
Oh, Agent 13?
Agent 13.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
I hope not.
My prediction for now.
Right. I forget the actress's name. I know the last name is Pogue. like P-O-U-G, or something like P-O-U-G-H, or something like that. But she's a younger female actress. And then, of course, that film is going to feature Rachel Weisz, which I'm hearing stirs about her possibly being the villain in the movie. One of Sudon's favorites.
She's my wife.
Who's Rachel Weisz?
Rachel Weisz is from the Mummy series.
Okay.
She's a
the
gorgeous
brunette,
woman.
Yeah. Okay. She also has
actress.
big eyebrows.
She's British. She won me over. British and brown hair. She's a brilliant actress, though. I'm sorry, I'm female. That's gonna be fun. I don't care. And Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. I'm super excited. Completely forgot. They showed us a glimpse at him, too. Super excited for him to be on film. And in the MCU.
It'll be so interesting to see him pull another, but I'm taking a classic stance. I don't care about Captain Black Widow over here. She was the only character I didn't care about. That whole thing that occurred in Endgame and everything. I'm like, I don't care. Not that I hate Scarlett Johansson, but she plays type. That's the character that she's been constantly cast into. Yeah, I want to see her blossom into other things, something else.
She was in My Brother the Pig.
I haven't seen
It's a great movie. Her brother turns into a pig, and they have to go to Mexico to fix it.
I'll wait till I have children till I see
it. Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies when I was a child.
I like that dark comedy she was in with the other, like 3 or 4 other girls. Like
yeah.
Bachelorette Party?
No,
no?
it's
Girls Night Out.
Not Girls Night Out.
Dad Moms.
No.
Dad Moms.
It's not Girls Night?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the name. But it was pretty good when she was actually kind of funny.
It had Kate McKinnon in it.
Yeah, it had
Kate McKinnon. And she was doing an Australian accent.
Yeah.
Not a New Zealand accent.
Right.
Marvel announced Man of Steel 2.
Marvel?
Yeah, that's great. I said that.
It's a fan-made meme.
Yeah.
They're like, fine, we'll announce it, and they announced Marvel Studios Man of Steel 2 because DC refuses to do Man of Steel 2 for some reason.
Because the first one was terrible, as I heard.
And Cavill's now The Witcher, which they released the trailer of this week.
He's super vague on whether or not he is still playing the role of Superman.
We don't need more Superman. Come on.
No more Superman.
Let's see, what else? We're moving off subject.
No, there was...
Earth 2 Superman. We want Earth 2 Superman.
Which is Tom Welling.
No.
From what I've heard, they want that to be Tom Welling.
I thought...
Brought him in.
Okay, yeah, off subject. We're not talking about that right now.
I've always heard it in the fan rumblings that if they did an Earth 2, it'd be Tom Welling. Which I wouldn't mind an older Superman being played by Tom Welling. Finally,
I'd be cool with that. So did we name all the titles that they put out?
Yes.
Blade.
I said Blade, but we didn't talk about it.
They brought in Cottonmouth from Luke Cage.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali.
King?
Huh? Cottonmouth? Yeah. No, he will be.
Oh.
King of the vampires.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that. I thought that was a good cast.
I was excited. I wish they had let off with that, honestly. I don't care about Blade. I'm classically not... I just don't care. But I liked the Wesley Snipes series' second movie.
Huh. Yeah,
That's
me too.
It.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm over all the other ones, but honestly, I'm glad to see this. Like, everybody's been pushing him returning to the role as Blade. I'm ready to move on. We need a new actor, and this new actor looks amazing for the role.
But the third movie had Ryan Reynolds in it, and then he could make an appearance again as Deadpool now that it's actually like reconnecting to the MCU.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. There was a lot of talk.
Sure he played in number 3. So.
Oh, right.
Anyways.
There was a lot of talk for a while that Blade was going to be coming back, or there has been talk for a while that Blade's coming back. They were talking for a minute about doing a series, but I think that's when they were fresh on Netflix. Marvel series let's do all this stuff.
Got canceled.
Yeah, So, I think they decided to hold off on, I think they held off with a few characters. Ghost Rider was one of them that they're going to have that other series featured on Hulu, is it? Or
just on the Marvel.
On the Marvel. No,
it was Hulu.
Yeah, I think it's on Hulu. And the, I can't remember the other one. I was
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got its final season.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger?
Cloak and Dagger's still going. No real announcement on that.
I was just trying to see if that was what you were thinking of.
No. But yeah. What else was on there? Yeah. So a few movies.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, yeah. Love and Thunder.
Sure. He's writing the story Love and Thunder is Thor. Love and Thunder, I hope that's how it is. He's in his downtimes and he's just writing a story about love. And he tells this super drunken tale that's not true. And then Valkyrie just beats him up at the end, stop talking about it, and they go fight the real villain, which is Korg.
I'm wondering if he'd already written... he's like, I know it's probably not going to happen or anything, but...
Taika?
Yeah, and he's like, I really enjoyed doing Thor. So,
or he may have pitched ideas.
Yeah.
Can I have another Thor movie? Please, can I have another Thor movie?
Because he was obviously involved in Russo Brothers. And because they carried the core character, they carried the Thor character, and the humor there was there.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's a huge hit.
It revived Thor, as a character, because I feel like if they had done another third movie, they would have had to kill him off or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that we're all kind of going, we want to see a Thor film, when years ago I would have laughed at myself saying that.
Yeah.
And
I still rewatch it, all the time.
Yeah.
It's good.
We're going to see Jane Foster take on the mantle of Thor, apparently. Which is... driving the market price on the Thor #1.
The Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
That one, which I'm glad I picked it up. But
I thought I did, but I guess I didn't.
I do have it, I believe.
The number
one. The number one.
I know I have that and the True Believer one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to see them bringing more stuff from the comics and kind of, spicing up the universe a little bit. It's a little too late for the LGBT.
Tessa Thompson's character, Valkyrie, will be the first LGBT superhero officially in the MCU. Not including Deadpool, because he's pan. Well, that's part of the LGBT plus community. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not
and
saying
he's also not a hero.
Right.
Well, I was just trying to figure out what he was.
Yeah. He's
pan. Wow, what'd you say before?
Tessa Thompson, Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah. So, from what I heard, as we know, in Endgame, Thor kind of passed the reins as ruler of Asgard. As king of Asgard to Valkyrie. So when we see her in Love and Thunder, she's supposedly going to be looking for her queen.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. A lot of people would really like it to be Captain Marvel, is what the buzz is. And they are really close.
She can't stick to one place on Earth. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Damn it.
There's a lot more out there. That'll be interesting.
It's super exciting.
And I'm Sif, I protest.
Following along on the current trend, Sif. Yeah. Lady Sif.
Who's disappeared from the franchise since the second movie?
Yeah. All of them died, I'm pretty sure. All of them.
She was one of Thor's, in his little band of merry men and women that he has. Sif was...
Yeah, she had the dark hair.
Killed her.
I don't know if she was there. She
killed
a bunch.
In the third movie.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't in the movie with Hela.
Well, I also didn't see the second movie, so that... Okay, yeah, now I know.
She showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a crossover to try to tie them together, but then there was nothing else after that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people, questioned that, but totally jumping off subject still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all that they announced for the Marvel slate.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I was going to say something.
Who might possibly be the love interest for
Oh yeah, there are a lot. I was saying a lot of people wanted to be Captain Marvel.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool, but
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably not.
It'll be Jane Foster.
No, I like that it's following along the trend with the female superhero craze or female lead, which is awesome. I mean, we've seen it a lot, personally anyway. For over the ages, there were a lot of female heroines in 80s movies back in the day and stuff like that, and TV shows and stuff like that.
Female empowerment.
Yeah, no, and there's no. I love it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. They're finally getting, women are finally getting the notoriety that they've long deserved.
I honestly still think one of my favorite parts of the movie is when they all started, teaming up at the end of Endgame.
Yeah!
I was like, I need a movie for this. I was like...
that was
this is super cool.
Part.
Yeah.
They all saving Peter, and he's like, take this.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker. Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker. Shut up, Barry.
I'm Peter Parker.
Well, that's
hey,
it.
Peter Parker.
They did announce a lot of cool stuff. That's going to be really good.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's nice to know at least we got a future.
Yeah.
With going, and they kind of left us, but it's going to starting in 2020.
Into 21.
Into 2021, so we got a little bit of a gap, but they've got Star Wars to sate our appetites there.
Well, when's Black Widow coming out? The beginning of next year?
Yeah, May of next year.
So it's a little bit of a gap here.
Yeah.
It's not worse than, because we also got Endgame, then we had Spider-Man.
Right.
There's nothing between now and Black Widow.
Yeah. They just have a lot going on.
Unless the Falcon show comes on, because they had Disney Plus stuff coming up there. I know a lot of it, because we have to actually mention a lot of these shows are going to be on the Disney Plus.
Yeah, the WandaVision and Falcon and Bucky.
It's the only reason why I want to know
Winter Soldier.
WandaVision is how they bring back Vision.
Falcon Winter Soldier is fall 2020.
Loki series.
WandaVision is 21.
Oh yeah,
Loki
Doctor Strange.
Is 21.
They did announce the Doctor Strange too.
The
and what is it? The
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. So,
which I'm excited for multiverse stuff. I'm always
it's supposed to be
multiverse.
The MCU's first horror movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Well, they also announced New Mutants. Wasn't that supposed to be part of that too?
I'm not
sure.
It's
not part of the slate, so I'm gonna just assume that they're throwing it in the trash.
Okay. Right. And they also, they didn't announce a whole lot movie-wise and sequels as far as what we know should be coming. But we got to keep in mind that there's still D23 coming next month, where they'll have the platform to announce a lot more, maybe Phase 5 stuff and stuff like that, and how they're going to tie together maybe the big, group movie that it might not be an Avengers movie.
Right.
The new Avengers is what I was thinking. Is what they announced.
I don't think they announced. He confirmed that the new team is going to be a team that we've never seen before. Team like we've never seen before. When they asked him about, well, who are the Avengers now, and blah blah blah, and he's like, well, we'll see. That blah blah, or you'll see. But we have stuff planned out, 5 years ahead. Is what Kevin Feige was saying, and that's awesome. They put a lot of thought in their stuff, and their stuff ties together in a lot of ways, and it's super cool.
Well, right on. Well, let's move on to the next bit of news.
So much Marvel.
All right, and then Star Trek had a big weekend this week, too.
Yes.
They had a big old section they called the Star Trek Universe, which they are building a universe.
That's awesome.
They have been for 50 plus years.
Yeah, you gotta love Star Trek. Ooze is watching the original series right now. She's got a lot ahead of her.
Yes. I'm still on season 1 of the original series.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my next question. When do I watch the animated series?
You don't.
I have to.
You don't.
I have to see the Kirk hand thing.
You can watch it at any point. It has no bearing in the franchise whatsoever. Cool. It's just there. Cool. Only thing it does is to serve to bring in the Caitians and the Saurians into the franchise. All of it's been thrown out as not official canon, but that's okay. I could be shat on for that because who knows what they're going to bring in because Lower Decks is coming, which is one of the announcements.
Just when people throw Shatners at you?
Yeah. he's kind of a shithead on the internet. He's mean. But I get it. He's allowed to.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Lower Decks with the animated series. Good question there. They basically showed us the information for Lower Decks. They didn't give us any character info or voice actors and stuff. But it's done by the same people who did Rick and Morty.
Sure.
Mark Berman.
Did that Rick Berman?
Rick Berman or something? I don't know. That is obviously not the one piece of news that I really care about, but it's going to be interesting. They are bringing back Acacian, which are the cat people.
There's so much noise up there.
So much.
I think Bambi's learning how to swing dance.
I'm really excited for Lower Decks, and especially if it's going to be geared towards adults. Some of the comments that I saw on like the posting when we put that up were that it looks kiddie, and it might be, it's the animation makes it look like stuff.
It's like Family Guy meets Rick and Morty. It's not gonna be for kids. It's from what they said, it's gonna be geared towards adults. It's it's gonna be about characters that no one cares about in the franchise on a ship in a part of the galaxy that no one cares about. It's a California class starship, and this would be about the people that are
keep things running.
It's floating away somewhere else. So nobody can remember it. That's how you can like it. I'm curious to see what it looks like. I like the ships.
Yeah, for sure.
I play Star Trek Online really badly, and I loved collecting the ships. But it's going to be about the funny characters. They said that they're going to have like the Star Trek jargon and tropes and stuff that are going to be present in there. You're going to see a lot of red shirts die.
And what I love about Star Trek that Star Wars never really crossed into is that they are adult themed. They've always been geared towards adults, the shows and everything. Towards intelligent adults and science inclined people and stuff like that. I think it's
big old nerds.
I will defeat you with science. That is my weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, we forced a bot to watch or to read it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm excited to see that. It's going to be interesting to see where they pull on this one. But that wasn't the most interesting thing they announced. They did announce season 3 of Discovery.
Whoop whoop.
I finally managed to get these guys through Discovery, which I don't know why they fight me. I'm always right about these things. But it was they kind of left on a pretty interesting note, and we're kind of curious to see, is Discovery lost? Did they make it to their destination, to where they ended up? No spoilers, I'm not giving anything away, but new characters introduced, new situations, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna, back and forth kind of thing, or whatever, I'm just curious.
It'll be interesting to see, but they really kind of said it'll be new territory.
Where no starship has gone before.
Right.
In Star Trek.
No one. If this is going to be good, they said it's going to be true to Trek.
Yeah.
Still. But the biggest thing of the weekend, is the thing I have been driving people nuts about and for weeks, because speculation is my thing. Star Trek Picard.
Yeah.
You didn't want to mention the short treks?
I will.
Okay.
I will, because they're all tied. They have a Picard one too. They did release finally a lot of information, because we only had like slight teasers and slight information. It was about Picard 20 years after Nemesis, the movie. That was about all we had. Now we know it is about what happened when Data died, what happened with Romulus. We're going to see the return of Marina Sirtis, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner as Data. Before turn to Data. I'm predicting that now. Watch your Star Trek, people. And then we also got Jerry Ryan.
Yeah.
As 709.
Who said she would never come back?
Right.
Star Trek.
She says that, but she did a voiceover last year for Star Trek Online.
Well, maybe that's what pushed her back into it, because, like, Michael Rosenbaum also didn't want to be Lex ever again, but now he's like, I'll totally be Lex again.
Right.
It's nostalgia, honestly.
It's the thing, and Jonathan Frakes, like, regrets not doing more Trek out. Like, they had the option, and they're like, no, we're done. We want to do other things, and now they're like, we're glad to be back. There was an emotional moment when they asked Brent Spiner, apparently he, like, called them and said, hey, who you got to play Picard? You know, I'll play him. Kind of joking with him, and they hung up on him. And then they called him to, you know, and asked him, like, hey, do you want to come back? And he's like, nah, I'm good. And then Picard, or Sir Patrick Stewart, called him and said, hey, would you do that? And he had George jokes said, no, I told him no, I don't want to ever be on that again. But he's like, it's working across, and we're getting a chance to work next to Patrick Stewart again. I'm not going to pass that up. And it was really emotional. It was really cool to see.
That's super awesome.
I'm super excited to see that. I got so much speculation.
Can I say the one thing that I'm excited about?
Yeah.
Borg!
There was a serious flash of the Borg.
Borg Cube, yeah.
I watch, seriously, there's a lot of lore there for Star Trek Online that may, like, head to a lot of what's going to happen in this, but who knows.
Right.
Star Trek Online is considered canon by Paramount and company, so we'll see what they do. I'm curious to see what they pick and choose to make canon and actually what they enforce, because Star Trek Online even went, oh my god, we didn't know about that. Like, it's cool, because even with Discovery coming out with new stuff, they're incorporating that into that show. But it's going to be fun. They said they pushed it back to 2020. But
right, yeah, it was supposed to be out like September. Yeah,
which bums me out because I really, really want this show.
But you want the best version of the show possible.
Yeah, exactly.
I am willing to wait.
Something's worth doing. It's worth doing it right.
That's what I've learned from so many video games. Waiting on video games to come out.
And I would not be surprised to see Robert Picardo.
Right.
Yes.
Laura Dern, not Laura Dern, Michael Dorn.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Laura Dern.
She died in Star Wars. She's good for
she could go
Star
to Star Trek.
I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody else from Alumni show up.
Nice.
LeVar Burton said hopes he's gotten laid by somebody real between this time and now.
You know what would be super cool? If Janeway came in.
We already have Admiral, but according to lore, she's dead.
Oh, really? Okay, see, and I know for a fact her and Jerry Ryan did not get along.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've buried the hatchet at this point.
Here's hoping.
Because they follow each other on Twitter.
Oh, do they? Okay, that's cool.
Last time I checked. But so did Mark Hamill and William Shatner, and they fight all the time.
I think that's just for the comments.
Even Hamill said he's not sure sometimes.
That's great.
But getting off subject here, that's a big announcement. Picard's huge. We're gonna all watch that, and I hope we're watching as they're coming out instead of waiting till the end to watch the whole thing. Because I'm gonna watch it as they come out.
But there's so much that Ooze has to catch up on.
I have until next year.
Yeah.
I also have to catch up on Star Wars Rebels, so...
Right, Rebels
and Resistance.
Resistance. We haven't even seen any of that.
DVD coming out.
Nice.
Today. But to give us a little bit of stuff to kind of sate our appetite between now and then, starting I think in September, we're going to start getting the short treks again.
Yeah.
This year they did a set of really short little videos. 4 of them I think they only did last year.
4 or 5.
4 of them, beautiful stories that were told in these little 15-minute snippets that not only enhance the current season, explain some things from previous seasons, and set up mysteries that we may get in the next season to explain.
Hopefully.
Sure. Hardison. I cried so bad when I first watched it. You guys didn't see how bad I cried when I watched that first time. When he danced with her, I was like, you son of a bitch.
That was pretty freaking cool.
And I want those holograms. But this year, they're bringing us 6 of them. 6 of them. We noticed the character actor who plays Archer
And Bob.
And Bob from Bob's Burger is going to be playing. And from the Arby's commercials, he's going to be playing a character with dribbles.
What is it? H. John Benjamin. Yeah.
That's not a real name.
They're going to have one that's recorded. That's going to kind of help us with Trek or with Picard. They're going to have one on that's going to kind of bridge that gap there. And then there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 of them that I am so excited about because I have, if you follow me on Twitter, any one of my Twitter accounts, I am very verbal about a Pike Prize series coming.
Yeah.
We need Pike. Pike needs to happen, and we're getting
really
more.
like Spock.
I love Ethan Peck as Spock.
Yeah.
I love Rebecca Romaine as number 1.
Yeah.
I love Anson Mount as
Pike.
That's his name.
Yeah.
So much so that I know these actors and actresses' names. Okay, if anybody knows, I don't know who these people are. I know these ones. Okay, I will remember these ones.
Yeah, he's the one I asked after I asked you. I'm like, no, I asked Ooze first, but then I should have gone to Sudon first.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah, but he told me right away, Anson Mount. And I'm like,
Pike.
Leonard Nimoy and
William Shatner.
William?
William.
Devillion.
Billions and billions.
Billions and billions of Devillions. Shatners. Oh, God.
Oh, God. So many overactings.
No.
Anyway.
No, I loved Anson Mount as Pike.
He was
in
awesome.
Season 2, he made me a believer in that Trek can still be Trek through his acting as Pike because he was the definitive Pike captain, or definitive captain of the Enterprise.
Right.
If you watch, it was so good how they do it. They tie it to the original series.
Yeah.
A lot of the dismay that people had for Season 1 of Discovery was it didn't feel Trek to a lot of Trekkies, and they're like, where does this fit into canon? Where is this part of the Prime universe? Is this really going to happen? Because it's supposed to be 10 years before it occurred.
Felt like the JJ universe more than anything, I feel like, but
they had to deal with the visual reboot, and it was also but the thing is with Season 2, they solidified the fact that this is really happening within the Prime universe.
That's awesome.
We will answer the questions that you have been asking for in the off season and ridiculing us, and they did. And then there's some people still like, Discovery sucks. Well, that's
it's a great show. It's a great show.
Sorry, I didn't say that.
You do, but it's honestly, give it a chance. It's Trek to the core, and I'm looking forward to it. And these short treks are going to help it. And one last thing is they did a loaded question. Rick Berman, I believe it was. No, Alex Kurtzman was on stage during the panel, and he asked the crowd. He's like, you guys seem to like Anson Mount and Rebecca Romaine and Ethan Peck. Would you guys like them to lead into a series? And the crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, thank you. And so that kind of led a lot of people to speculate that we may be getting more in another series, which I need that in my life because it was beautiful. They built an Enterprise set. Why not?
Right.
But that's all I have for my news. Lots of stuff coming out. An hour into our podcast. Now we're going to get into the review section.
Yeah.
Just one moment.
The comic book stuff.
But let's take a pause for studio identification. I got nothing.
But yeah, we're back.
Are we?
We have been back. This is all going to go into the episode. Totes. Yes, we're back, and we're going to start the Cosmic Book review of the day. Yep. Starting with Peachy?
Yeah.
Is it the Peachy?
Yeah, Peachy King, clockwise.
The Peachy. Did you have a favorite from all the books you had?
Yeah, well, it was hard to choose. And I said I was going to be talking about Amazing Spider-Man number 26. But I'm actually going to be talking about Amazing Spider-Man number 26. Yeah. So,
no way.
Yeah, there's that. Sorry. There was a gnat or something flying around. I thought it kind of might. But yeah, Oh, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 26. It was pretty good. I had to read 25 before, which was a special that they put out a couple weeks back.
It was special.
60 pages. It was a good read. They also did one of the bot things where we made a bot read 1,000 Spider-Man comics, and then we told him to write it, or had him write one, whatever, with like really childlike animation,
art.
Yeah, illustrations and stuff like that.
I actually encourage you to read that section of the book.
I was actually going to give my computer to you to read it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was really cool in 25.
Do we need to do anything about that?
No.
Sorry, I just hear you think beep. I'm like,
But number 26, 25 was still kind of wrapping up the last storyline. He was kind of, thinking back on it and fighting through some struggles, his daily struggles, talking about stuff and whatever. And we saw Mary Jane's side of that whole thing also, right? That was 25? Yeah, that was 25. Yeah.
It was in there.
Yeah. But 26...
It was about Mary Jane.
Yeah. 26 starts not necessarily a new storyline, but it goes back to the overarching story, which part of it is, or has been since it started, Peter's roommate, Boomerang, which used to be a criminal and now is reformed, but, yeah, quote-unquote reformed.
Continued writing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Continued writing by Nick Spencer, cover by Ryan Otley, the...
Nathan Fairbairn.
I'm sorry?
And Nathan Fairbairn did that one as well.
I got art by Kev Walker, also. But the inside art, I think, is what it's in. But,
Nathan Fairbairn is the colorist. He did the color for both the cover and the inside.
Okay, so then Kev Walker was the inside artist. Mm-hmm. Ryan Otley, man, the cool cover. And one thing, he's been off and on the book since this run has started. He's hot and cold for me, but I really like his covers. They have a real classic look to them. And this one was one of those. The story was pretty cool. It has the Fisk. It has Wilson Fisk going after the Boomerang and, trying to get after him because he apparently took something of his and whatever.
He was owed.
Yeah.
He's always owed something. It was his right.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was fun. It left on it. We got a new version of the Syndicate in this issue, which featured Beetle, Lady Octopus, the new Electro, which she was heavy in the issue. It started out, actually.
She was a big part of the previous of the 25 with the Mary Jane story.
Right.
The 25 was supposed to be this big, massive issue, but it was just multi-stories kind of filling out what happened post-Hunted.
Right.
And I found that to be kind of boring, but...
I dug it.
I liked the computer-generated story. That made the whole issue up for me, but 26, they carried, because they captured a new Electro. Yeah. And now the Syndicate breaks her out, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought that was cool. Like, oh, cool. Like we were talking earlier, female empowerment.
Yeah, it's a all-female team.
Nice.
So female iterations of all these other villains and whatever, which is super cool. And they're trying to recruit Electro, and she's not buying it. She doesn't want it, and then they're like, but we're going after Boomerang, and we know you've got issues with him. And she's like, that's all you had to say. Pretty much. And she's like, yeah, I'm killing that fool. But the end kind of leaves off at a cliffhanger there with the Syndicate coming up on Peter and Boomerang. Yeah, they actually blew up a building that they were inside of, and while Boomerang's calling out for Peter and trying to look for stuff in through the rubble and whatever, that's when the Syndicate shows up, and they're like, "Hey, long time no see."
Aunt May's brand new.
The feast shelter.
The shelter.
The feast shelter. That's right.
So yeah.
Poor Aunt May.
Yeah.
Can't catch a break. It runs in the family.
The one thing I take away from this story was Boomerang was actually trying.
Oh yeah, definitely. He has
That's
been.
What you dig me. You guys know.
Yeah.
If you've ever listened to an episode, I dig it.
Villain redeemed.
Yeah.
Redemption of a hero or villain. I dig the hell out of that. And
yeah.
I'm seeing that, and he's trying. He's a sleaze.
Yeah. But like Peter said, he's, he might have his rough edges, and I know he's trying, but he's actually a decent hang. They have a lot of. He's like, I hate to say it, but we're friends.
Bar.
yeah. He likes going to the bar with no name and stuff. It's good stuff.
I dig the heck out of that. The fact that he is going that, it's kind of like he can spy on his villains and he's having a good time with his villains.
Yeah.
He's realizing and the thing is, that's what I love about Spider-Man. Spider-Man is he realizes that his villains are just people.
Yeah.
And we saw that in 25. That was one element I liked, is that he's talking to Lizard, trying to convince Lizard,
you've got a reason to live.
Yeah. And we both can do this. And I loved that. That was a cool thing, because they both redeemed, both send Lizard off in another direction. You kind of saw that. But everybody kind of got a purpose at the end of 25. That was the biggest thing.
Right.
And we find out Mysterio isn't really dead.
Right.
But, I'm liking that there's stuff going on, and there's all these levels. It's making me mad that I'm not reading Friendly Neighborhood.
Right.
Because now I forgot about some of this stuff that was happening, because we haven't really necessarily discussed it.
Yeah, you guys haven't talked about Amazing for a while. Amazing?
No, Friendly Neighborhood.
No, both.
Both.
Yeah.
But mostly Amazing. Amazing has been further back.
Yeah, I guess so.
We talked about the Lizard, and then you guys talked about the first couple issues of Hunted.
Yeah, that's right.
And then just stopped talking about it because there are other books.
There were.
We went to the new format, so fortunately it kind of set that. But
what was the majorly unfortunate thing about the situation was that it wasn't that the Hunted storyline wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. They hyped it up quite a bit, and there were a lot of characters involved, and it didn't flesh out how I thought it would. And there were so many other books that were out, even one shot, story arcs, whatever, that
it just
were
felt
better.
They were cleaning house. They were these villains are no longer on the board.
Yeah.
We brought these back haphazardly as they're gone. Yeah. And it was just kind of to clear that out and to finally put the nail in the coffin in the Kraven storyline, which not really.
Right.
Right. And also, it served as a push-off point, but it was not. There were other stories coming out done by other writers and other people that are much better than we had read that week. So that's why. Not saying it was a terrible story. I mean, it wasn't the greatest Spider-Man story I've ever read. I kind of had a hard time.
I was hoping for a lot more. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Hunted storyline. The Hunted story. The original
Kraven's Last Hunt.
Kraven's Last Hunt storyline. That whole thing is awesome. It's been so long since I read it. I need to reread it, but I was hoping for something along those lines. I'm like, oh, Kraven and Spidey again. What do we have going on?
We should have just left him dead.
See, that's why I was loving those two. Is because we were Kraven, and then we got Far From Home came out, and then events in there has also led to the speculation and the talk that Kraven will be the villain in the next film,
which would be awesome.
And having learned a little bit more about Kraven in the last couple months and year, pretty much.
Yeah.
reading more into this, because I didn't read Craven's Last Hunt, but I read The Hunted, which I want to go back and read Craven's, but I've learned a lot from hearing what you say. Now I'm like, because I've always been kind of like, I know Amazing Spider-Man 3, I know I'm jumping everywhere here, but that movie was speculated to be Craven as the villain in that film.
Oh, yeah, and Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little bit of both kind of thing, because
he was
he's part
supposed
of
to be in the Sinister Six.
Don't you have him up there?
Yeah.
The Sinister 60?
The Sinister 700.
It's the Sinister 20.
There's a lot of spiders behind me. I didn't realize that. Not really. They're wonderful. Go away, mutt.
She's not a mutt.
They're all mutts. Mutts are mixtures of other animals. But, right?
Mutt is something you call a dog when you don't know what quite they're bred from. She's a Cocker Spaniel King Cavalier mix, so...
Well, my mom's always called everything a mutt.
Yeah, that's Annie.
Oh, it is
up
Annie?
there, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought it was Gimme, the Puggle.
Yeah, no.
Continuing. This has been Dog Time with Staple Together.
Dogs.
Now we've returned to our regular scheduled program. So as I was saying, Craven's pretty awesome now. I didn't think it was cool for that time, but now I'm like, he puts on a pretty decent fight for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I hope he comes back, the Sun comes back as an adversary in a way. Or something. But, we'll see. I do like this new Syndicate. I'm curious to see how that's going to end up playing.
For sure.
And because, I was going to say this with you, Peter Parker's kind of serving as that whole, like, he's redeeming himself, but Peter's like, nah, that's not what a friend would do.
Right.
That's not right, dude. You know.
Yeah, he's kind of being his Jiminy Cricket there, his conscience, and letting him know, I know you're trying, but not yet.
We have a resident swine that is very disagreeable.
Unless we're talking bananas.
Yeah.
So what did you think on scale on that one?
Even it being the only book I had to read, I'd probably give it about an 8. Nice. 8.5 maybe.
Ooh.
I've been giving books a lot of 8.5s lately. There were 3 of them last week.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
See, I like the art on it too. In this one, because it was a different artist, but it still kind of felt the same.
Right.
It had a little bit of the Otley going on in there, or not Otley. It's Otley, right?
Yeah.
Otley. Yeah. It had some of the Otley feel to it, and I dug that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But awesome. Anything else?
No, that's all I had on that. We went off for a second there. Yeah. But yeah, great book. Loved it.
Right on. Well, thank you.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man is always, hopefully, a good character. They just seem to be the Batman of DC, or of Marvel right now, because there's so many of those in the same amount as... what do you got for us there, Ooze Meister?
I had books. 3 of them.
Books.
I want to... So do I predict your pick?
Sure.
I have a prediction.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
You whisper it into the mic.
It is...
I can't...
It is whispered mic. You can still hear me even if I whispered.
No, that's why I took my headphones off.
Yeah, but you can hear me say it.
That's why you whisper it.
I can't whisper.
She whispered earlier and you didn't hear her.
Neither of
I
you
have
heard
bad
me.
hearing.
Yeah, me too.
I have no whisper voice, but I have a prediction.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you if it was right later.
Okay. Is it that everyone dies? Everyone's gonna be fine.
Everything's going to be fine.
I think I have a prediction.
I have
a theory. That everything's just gonna be fine.
What you got for us, though?
I had Aliens Rescue #1 from Dark Horse.
Nice.
Continued writing because Brian Wood, because he wrote the Aliens Resistance and Aliens before that.
Which one does
with
this one
Zula
tie into?
Hendricks?
This just
Resistance.
Okay.
And one with Zula Hendricks I can't think of right now.
That's the one with Ripley's daughter.
Yes, Amanda Ripley.
Amanda.
Yes, is Resistance, which is the tie-in from Alien Isolation, which is the video game. So the video game world mixed in with the comic book world, which is all tied into the movie world. Which is, why can't we just have that with everything?
Yeah, with everything. That's so perfect. That'd be great. Yeah. That's why the Ghostbusters series you read is awesome. Because all that's canon, for the most part.
I just hear my father right now, because I say that, like, I love the filling out of the universes from all the different angles we get. He doesn't like that. He's like, that's stupid. I shouldn't have to do that.
I'm all for it. Since
you're missing out on
Smallville,
great stories.
And that was the one that catapulted my ability to deal with different iterations of well-known stories.
And I'm okay with that, obviously, but I like when everything
where
is
it's
connected.
Cohesive and connected. Yeah,
like when they think about everything else.
That's going to make you a great DM. It's because you love lore building.
Yeah,
you love lore, and I appreciate that about you. Honestly, I do, because I love lore building. I love vast universes. I also hear my father. Sorry, I was going to say that that's unimportant stuff. I just want to see what they're going to show me. I'm like, but you're missing what they're showing you over here.
Right.
Yeah.
They're showing you
stuff. You have to see everything. You have to see the forest for the trees.
They're not going to give you everything right in your face. You have to seek out these stories. That's the beauty of the adventure of seeking out the story.
Some of what I like with the differences in things is, I might be familiar with the comic book version or whatever, and then how they flesh it out in the movies is different or whatever. Or if I see something in the movie that I don't know anything about, that might spark my interest to look into that book or, start reading something centralized around that, and that's happened quite a bit. I as a kid, always loved comic books, but, I've formed my favorites over time because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
I think it's easier for Aliens because it started off as a movie franchise and then moved into the comic book universe. First, it went into the video game universe, but we don't really count some of those video games, like the side-scrollers that don't make any sense with the movie. But then with the comic books and bringing in the other video games into the lore and everything, connecting together is really cool.
I think that franchises, companies creating stories and writers are more conscious on these. Conscious.
They're awake.
It's good. They're all Jimmy Cricket about it. No, I think they're more aware of it, so now they're like, well, we can go back and fix a little bit of our stuff by retconning stuff via the comics, via the books, via the comics, or in the movies.
Well, Star Wars is doing the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these companies are, it's about to go blank. All these companies are more aware of it, and I think they're starting to go, okay, the fans are aware of it, and they want canon.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to you one of these days, actually, telling us one of these stories, because I'm hoping one of these days they actually tell us why the alien's blood is acid.
Well, because it's a good defense mechanism.
It's a good defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah, if something were to bite it or something.
Yeah, if you were to attack it, then it attacks you back without even having to attack it. That's just a simple... ask David.
Right.
Well, come on, Ridley Scott. Let's get Awakening.
Yeah. So and art by Kieran McCohen.
For Aliens...
Aliens Rescue. Yes.
How many books are in that series?
I think it's 4 or 5. Maybe 6. The last couple have been 12. So, no.
So you're thinking 5, maybe.
Yeah, or 6 or 12. 5 or 6 or 12.
In there.
Yeah.
There's an average.
Well, actually, Resistance was only 4.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might be somewhere more around there.
That makes sense.
The other book that I had was Justice League Dark number 13. Continued writing by James Tynion IV and art by Mark Buckingham. Cover by Gilliam March and... Oh, wait, no, that's the original cover. I didn't get the original cover. The cover that I got was the variant, Year of the Villain cover by Dan Quintanilla.
It's the card stock covers of
the one that's $1 more.
The Year of the Villian.
I love those propaganda posters you
on the back for for Preacher.
Yeah.
Have you been looking at these?
I have not, but now I will.
It's pretty cool.
I've never watched Preacher.
Well,
Preacher's pretty good.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Tyson Ritter from All American Reject shows up at one point.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyways, it's very different from the comic books as well. It's not as bad.
Yeah. Comic books are
gruesome.
Yeah.
And bad. We don't like Cassidy in the comic books. Anyways, this is a really good book. It has the beginning, it has 3 different chapters in it. The first chapter is The Last Lord of Order, and some classic art, which was really, really good. I really enjoyed Mark Buckingham's art in these. Is story, the origin story of Dr. Fate, so, gotta love that.
Yeah.
They fully mapped that out?
Well, I mean, it's the same origin story as usual. But,
because I wonder if they ever did, a secret, because they did that line of books called, Secret Origins.
The second chapter is called, called Secrets and Origins.
Oh. Sorry. Well, I was just they did have that book line with all the heroes.
Yep. And that's about John Constantine. And also some good classic art in there. Learning his origin, his, origin.
Yeah.
Very, actually, preachery art, I feel. The big hair that they do and...
Oh, yeah.
This stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff here.
Okay.
And then the third chapter was called something about an offer. Yeah, I don't know. Let me
Seriously?
find it really quick.
Really?
Oh, The Witching Way.
Oh.
Something about an offer.
Yeah. And that's about Cersei and Lex giving her an offer. It's literally 2 pages long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is what you're paying an extra $2 for.
$1 to $2.
And for me, an extra $5.
Well, in Flash, we'll talk about that in a minute. I lied.
I did not look at Flash's end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're about to hear about
times.
it, so you can put it down. Yeah, so, Lex is like, we need a Justice League Dark for the Legion of Doom, basically. So can you be the Dark Legion of Doom to Cersei? Magic? And, yeah. And she's like, I'll think about it. Just like everyone else has been. Yeah. Anyways, it was really good art. I enjoyed it a lot. Very classic stuff. It was pretty cool.
That was neck and neck with Flash?
No.
Was it? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought they might have been close.
Flash made me cry.
You went over the story. I was like, oh, okay. So I thought that might have been your pick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
Flash made me cry. That's always the pick of the week if it makes me cry.
Right. I get that.
My pick of the week is The Flash, number 75.
What?
I was right.
Continued writing by Porter Williamson.
That sounds like a steak.
I'm hungry.
Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter. The art and the storytelling. Just the storytelling in general. Hi-Fi was the colorist, and continued, and Porter and Hi-Fi did the main cover, which I did not cut, and Francis Manipul did the variant cover. He really likes doing Flash.
Yeah.
A lot, which is cool.
He does a good job. He does an awesome job.
He does do a good job. But it's Leonard Snart, Captain Cold. He's got a bit of a smirk. And it's another Year of the Villain tie-in.
Nice.
So, in this book, Sudon didn't finish reading it.
It
has to do with stuff that happened beforehand in 69, in Flash 69 and before.
That was a series? They did that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Number 69.
Oh, okay.
This is a 75.
So
before year 1.
They were doing something storyline, the main storyline that was happening with it, then they went year one.
He was trying to find all of the forces. So, like, Still Force, and there's, like, Power Force.
The Avatars.
Yeah. I don't remember all of them because I'm not caught up.
Oh.
But I will be, and because now I need to continue reading this, because I know what's going on now. But yeah, so, end of the Flash year 1. The Flash realizes that he needs to be a hero, and he looks up to Iris because she's a really big hero, even though she doesn't have powers. And then the Flash saves the day. And that's the end of year 1. And then he has this inspirational talk. And then, oh my gosh, so Iris introduces Barry to her nieces, Wally and Wallace Allen, West. What? Nephews? I said nieces, didn't I? Yeah, nephews.
Okay.
They're the same thing. I'm just really excited because I got to see Wally again, and it made me really happy.
That's
okay?
Awesome.
And then I accidentally opened to this earlier when I first got the book. It was the big spread in the middle of the book, which is all of the speedsters.
Ooh.
It's a pretty cool thread.
Yeah.
That's badass.
To be clear, I did read all the way to the end of the year 1.
Of the year 1, yeah. Yeah, I know.
When it got to North stuff, I was just like, I totally forgot about the year of the Villian.
Oh, no offense, Jim Lee, but this blows your Flash away. That Flash cover.
Yeah, he's got his nose.
Oh my god, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a couple
put up a
speedsters there
picture.
that I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
You should put up a picture for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it has all the speedsters, and even, like, if they're not detailed, there's some, like, in the back and stuff that you can't see. But Wally, Wallace, Jay, Bart, and everyone else. All of them.
It's something I wouldn't mind seeing on a wall or something. Like, it's a cool poster.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it made me really happy. It's good. The introduction of Wally and Wallace, and then so it cuts back to the present time where things are happening, where the Flash Museum was torn to the ground, and then because stuff, so Barry rebuilds it by himself, and it puts everyone in it, all the speedsters, and he has inner monologuing time where he feels sorry for himself because, that's what Barry Allen does.
I like how they drew him putting them in place because he kind of was kind of there, but he was still moving fast. Mm-hmm. I saw some of it in the book and I was like, this is not important.
Except it is.
It's
so important. But yeah, he's basically like, I need to start fixing not just physical things, but like my entire life, and I need to slow down, basically. But he was also not moving as fast as he should have because a bunch of stuff happened, and Speed Force, and that tricks little person that is the Speed Force. But he's like, I've let a lot of people down, run away from some of my problems, or let them run from me. Which during he's let a lot of people down. He had a picture of Wally, and then run away from his problems was a picture of Wallace because he didn't know how to deal with him because his dad's a supervillain and all that good stuff. But yeah, so it's just a lot of like looking towards the future and working with what we got, and building on relationships, whether they're good or bad. A lot of that.
That's awesome.
And yeah,
it's growth. It shows a lot of growth.
Yeah, especially with Barry, who's he's a baby
for 60 plus years. It's nice to see characters still getting growth.
Yeah,
right.
Then we have the next chapter in the book, which is called The Offer. And it's about Leonard Snart, who used to be part of this team. I don't know if you've heard about them, the Rogues.
Oh,
no.
No, the Rogues.
No, so he was part of the Rogues, and then as time went on, he became part of the Suicide Squad, and then he closed himself off to everyone, and he basically is like, I'm no better than my dad, and blah blah blah, and I used to be someone, but I've closed myself off, and I'm not anyone anymore. And now he's part of the Suicide Squad, and everyone around him dies, and whatever.
Didn't he lose his sister to Golden Glider, died or something?
I don't think so, because at the end, when Lex offers him the, being the villain thing, he's like, I'll do it in one condition. You offer the same thing to all the rest of the Rogues. But I don't know who is part of the Rogues anymore, because they didn't really show it.
Well, I thought I remember a storyline where he would, and I might...
It's the beginning of New 52.
What's that?
The storyline that you're talking about where the Rogues and stuff are...
Oh, okay, well, I thought he was like, he was trying to save his sister and stuff, and trying to do stuff, and that didn't work out, and either she died or something drastic happened that made him turn, like, back to... to join the Suicide Squad and be, like, the bad guy and whatever. Yeah.
A lot of stuff has happened with the Rogues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening with the Rogues at the beginning of New 52. That's where I was
it just reminds me of Identity Crisis when everyone finds out that Sue Dibney dies, which is, like, the saddest thing, and they're in the middle...
dies?
I haven't
read it.
I'm sorry. It's been out for a really long
60
time.
years.
It's not 60 years.
I used to have that whole series. I don't know
but they're in the Rogues are in the middle of a bank robbery.
There's a bank robbery?
And I think it's Mirrormaster,
nice.
possibly, or it might be Pied Piper, I don't remember, tells Snart that Sue Dibney died, and Snart's like, I gotta go. And he just leaves.
Oh.
And, like, it's super emotional. Even the bad guys are like, wow, that chick was cool.
Yeah.
This is devastating. Yeah. Leonard Snart, man, not portrayed the best he could have been in the shows until we went into the alternate universe. But yeah.
Did I give pretty decent, overly dramatic
facial very William Shatner. Yeah. Very William Shatner.
But
yeah, so Flash number 75. So
nice.
my pick of the week.
I kind of flipped through. I saw Snart standing over the Suicide Squad. I saw that picture, and I was like, totally forgot about the Year of the Villian. But
a million.
Stick it to
Millions and millions of Villians.
So if you were going to give it a scale of Snarflats to Sniff-Niff-Noof,
ooh.
What would you
at least 6 sniff snaps to 8 sniffler snoofs.
That's a lot.
6 of 8, yeah, I'm impressed.
Haha, I played your game and won.
No, I don't believe you did. I think we all lost.
Yeah, we all lost a little bit. That's okay. I lost about 6 pounds of weight from how hot it is in here.
So, Sudon, what books did you have this week?
Yeah, me? What did I have this week? I had a lot of books, but I only grabbed some books.
Oh, man.
Yes.
You never have any books.
Never do. I, too, had Flash number 75.
What?
Howard Porter, Joshua Williamson, high five. Got the cardstock cover. I gave that one a 7.5, but there was no Jarro. Now, I gotta put a little bit of a asterisk here. From this point on, the Jarro index and the Jarro kicker will only affect DC titles going forward. Because I feel it's unfair to hold Boom Comics, Marvel, there's other companies who don't have the rights to such a wonderful character. Their fault, yes. But
there's tie-ins and crossovers.
But unless they do such things, then the Jarro kicker returns. But from this point on, DC
so,
is
like,
the
if
only...
they have the Black Hammer crossover.
Yes, so when I finish reading that series, that definitely will because there's a variant where Starro.
Yeah, I know.
I know you know, but I'm all like, they know.
Right.
But yeah, I gave that one. It ended up being a 7/10. I loved how they ended the year one storyline.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought
good.
that was great.
It was wholesome. It made me cry.
I didn't see that before.
It was pretty cool. I thought that was the whole coming to. I even liked how the whole little bit after where he's rebuilding the Flash Museum. Okay, this is cool. A lot of stuff was growth. But I'm like, this is all stuff that I don't know, and I don't need another book to care, so I don't need to care anymore after that.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll catch up and be able to talk about it.
Title.
It's not. I picked it up for the year one, because I figured it would be good, and damn sure it was.
Yeah. We talked 3 out of the 5 books, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much been one of the ones that was consistently recently, so I'm glad I picked it up, and I was hoping this would push Ooze into actually reading the series and catching up, but no, life has been rough.
When isn't it?
But that one's 7.
Life has been life.
Good book. I also had to read. I had Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, over here with the Peachy Kings. It's 25. I gave that one a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
That one I didn't hate it completely. It was cool, some of the storylines, but honestly, my favorite thing was the computer generated, no, I am friend, as the Ben uncle dies.
Oh no!
No, I am friend. Ben,
great.
I will avengers your death.
I will avengers your death.
Oh man, my greatest enema, Octopus Doctor. My trap is smart. I will push statue onto Spider-Man, and then Statue Man will die. This is science! I couldn't help but dying laughing the whole time.
It was pretty good.
Dying the whole time.
You're dying laughing. Are you the bot that made
all
it?
the Aunt Mays, you can at least get a gander of what this looked like.
Can I get a goose of it?
You can. But I like the army of Aunt Mays, just happening to, just watching, but it's hilarious how they ended that. It was fun stories. Number 20.
He's the bot.
Number 26. I gave that one a 6 out of 10. It was amusing. It was fun. It was what we expected.
Right.
It was, but I'm kind of like Kindred's kind of not impressing me. As a villain. Yeah, he's got everybody under his thumb, but I'm like,
Yeah, I'm still super curious what the
I'm more interested in what's going on with the Syndicate.
With him.
Yeah.
Well, the Syndicate's super cool. I like that addition to the whole thing. For sure.
So that one got a 6 out of 10. Continue writing by Nick Spencer, Kev Walker, Riot Otley cover we got, and Fairbane, Nathan. Also this week, nothing on that page, but there is. Also this week, coming in at a close second, which is weird for me because muties suck. House of 10, House of X. I got the Scotty Young cover.
Super cool cover. I love that tree.
Writing by Jonathan Hickman. Pepe Larraz is the artist. Colorist by Marte Garcia, and cover by Scotty Young. I got that one.
Can we talk about it for just a minute? About the list of the Omega mutants?
For sure. We can talk about that. What would you like to say?
Legion, man. I love Legion.
Hell yeah.
Legion, as all you haters out there may say, finally was acknowledged by Marvel as the Omega level.
Yeah.
At
the Omega level of mutants.
That's
yes.
awesome.
He shares a list. This means there is no other mutant that
can surpass
him at any point.
Yeah, he's not the Alpha. He's the Omega. He's the be-all, end-all.
Even though he says he is the Alpha and the Omega, if you watch the show. Just
this shares the It's got a crazy list here. It was this book was cool. This is ushering a new era for mutants. There's been a lot of crap that's been happening to the four mutants for years.
Back and forth.
Yeah, you constantly calling them beauties. That's
the derogatory term they use. It is mean, and it is. I've loved the mutants for my entire life. I love all the stories that come out. I'm just so mad at what's been done to them in the cinematic universes.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of majority of the films. The second movie was cool. I thought that was fun.
X2 was good.
X2 was good.
I liked First Class.
First Class was really good, and the follow-up, but most of them have been crap. I love McAvoy. I love the character. The casting has been perfect. But I don't like how Bryan Singer's I'm just going to say Bryan Singer needs to just disappear.
Yeah, there's the stories and the direction on them were just crap, man. They were just crap.
They weren't. They really sprung home some things, but they didn't feel what I'm feeling. But this was cool to see, like, what the future is. Xavier pretty much kind of has the world by the balls.
By the balls. Yeah.
They've recently 6 million mutants were wiped out.
Wow.
In recent history, when the Genesis, when the Inhumans, that cloud went through, wiped out 90% of the mutants.
That's right. I
remember no more mutants from Wanda. Then all the stuff from Scarlet Witch. There's a lot of stuff that's happened to the mutants. So the mutants have always been kind of like they're the Homo superior. They're supposed to take over,
right, and
wipe out humanity. Well, humanity doesn't like that, of course. So that's where they butt heads. Well, Xavier's like, well, you kind of if that hadn't happened, we would have already taken over. Humanity would have been wiped out already. We're trying to do it peacefully. Here, we've got to. Well, we're going to offer you this drug.
It's an evolution. It's an evolution that's taking place. Not we're taking over. So much that it's
a natural thing, and it's unfortunate. But they're saying like instead of us taking over. Yeah, we've declared ourselves a sovereign nation of Krakoa. They've created a whole new island that's popped up with this plant that's provided them several drugs. Xavier's created a new drugs that have extend human life, cures their mental illnesses and stuff like that. Really cool shit.
See, give one to his son, like goddamn.
Yeah.
But it does other things for mutants. Basically, these plants could open up and create massive habitats and portals that connect them across the entire world. The mutants can go anywhere.
Which makes the Scotty Young cover make sense.
Yeah, this is the tree that you come through. They can basically walk through, but only if it allows you. Because there's a scene where they interact with the Fantastic Four, Sabretooth, Mystique, and Toad. Interact with the Fantastic Four, and Scott's like, well, amnesty. Sorry about that. We're gonna take Sabretooth now. He's a mutant. And Fantastic Four is like, but he committed a crime and killed some people. Sorry about that. We're gonna take Sabretooth now. And that setting up that there's a lot of stuff that they're setting up, and this is just the first issue. They got they got Powers of M. Or of X.
Powers
of 10.
Of
10, X. All of this stuff is legit. This series looks like they're really set up. Magneto basically kind of was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we won. Sorry. But we're being nice about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could just wipe you out.
For sure.
But humans have something going on their side. So this was really cool. There's still a lot of shit that happened in here. There's a lot of side stuff that's going on that I didn't give out. And, the art.
I didn't get a peek at the inside.
I let me pull up the digital for you guys, but the art inside is just... I'm pretty impressed. If you've seen any of the cover art on the main variant, if you've seen that one, it looks the same. Oh, let's see, hold on.
Is that the one that he's walking out of the tree with the big thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
I don't know what's happened with Xavier. I don't know how he's bridged the gap. I don't know why
he
Apocalypse
was dead.
Is not on Legion's list, on the list with Legion. There's a lot of things.
Xavier was dead, and then he possessed someone's body and isn't dead anymore. So,
I thought it was Wolverine's body.
Oh, it was a very Varuki thing.
Yeah.
There is a scene where Xavier is standing, which is weird to see, because I thought he had Reed Richards' body. From another universe, the Xavier that we know is from when they did Secret Wars and merged everything.
Right.
But
because of the helmet.
That helmet is a Cerebro that basically just enhances his abilities.
Portable Cerebro.
Okay.
But here, let me see.
beautiful colors.
Oh, wow,
beautiful scenes coming up on here. Everything just looks great in how they
look
did
like
this.
a painting.
Very, very much so. A lot of mutants. I don't know who the hell these are, but very well done.
Still very Marvel-y looking.
Very Marvel-y looking. The panels are light up, but just look at that shot of Magneto.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. He looks strong. He doesn't look... I just really like how it is. And so they've done a good job with this one. This is... So I don't need Flash. I've got X-Men now, and I'm having to freaking collect now.
Yeah, man, and what I really dig about that is that it wasn't a whole lot of characters that you're familiar with, but the storytelling and the art were more than enough to, like...
Keep you...
Yeah.
But this wasn't my pick of the week.
I know.
This one got
I know,
an
and
8 out of 10.
and I also like that you were like, meh, about the book. You're like, yeah, I'll get the first one, and meh, I'll read it. Sounds interesting-ish, whatever, but then you're like, this book.
This was a lot of fun to read. I'm sitting here going, there's a lot of information to devour. I like that.
That's awesome.
And I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
8 out of 10 on this one.
I had a theory, but, it's...
That's
what was your...
I know.
Number one for this week. It's not hard to predict. I said it last week.
Right.
Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 41. Continue writing by Ryan Parrott.
He's a bird.
Damiel DiNico, I screwed the hell out of this name. Walter Diamante is the colorist with Peachy Renali. Artist was the one name before that. I got the Unlocked Story cover.
Okay.
Done by Dan Mora, written by Ryan Perot, and lettering done by Ed Dukeshire.
I love that cover. That was Dan Mora, huh?
This is Dan Mora.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This one is... I'm looking forward to the next one because the thing that I was glad to see this in my hold slot was because it's got Zeo on the cover. Yeah. Zeo is my favorite Power Ranger series, and
it's
they're
a great
right there.
Virgin cover, too.
Plus, there's a lot of callbacks to a lot of other things that have happened in the franchise, and they're telling a story inside the cover. That's kind of part of what's going on, without fully spoiling what's happening until you read through the book. Now, earlier, this one, in the last one, we were kind of like introduced to what we were now told is the Omega Rangers, which is Zach, Jason, and Trini, which were the original yellow, red, and black Rangers. They left the team to go to Switzerland as ambassadors, according to what the Rangers knew. Turns out, they're off on some adventure on the other side of the galaxy as the Omega Rangers fighting off some General Vox. They're on some planet, and we get introduced to a fourth Blue Ranger, which they revealed the helmet today. Because Comic-Con all the last few days...
It was like a
sky blue kind of a color.
Yeah.
So that one, I had pulled open my Instagram to see what popped up.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I was popping
That's
as
cool.
I was getting ready to read the book. So that was a bit of a... I'm like, what? What is this?
Yeah.
And then which it's not a human,
cool.
it's an alien that's they're on their team. But it's funny is in the last book they're FaceTiming their buddy, the other Rangers, Billy and Kimberly, on Earth from this other planet. They're hiding their uniforms, and it's all staticky. And they had to let Billy and they're like, oh, we could teleport to Switzerland and hang out with you for a day because they have that ability. And they're like, you're breaking up. We can't do that. Maybe next week. And they, of course, they're like, I don't think we fooled Kimberly, but they're kind of like, there's that going on. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Turns out they're working with one of the Morphin Masters, which are these characters you're seeing on the cover. Morphin Masters are basically watchers of the grid. They don't interact with the grid, they just watch it and make sure it does what it does. The grid is where all the Rangers' life and everything is powered by. The universe is created by this.
In Tron.
Huh?
In Tron, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Morphin Master, he's called himself the Emissary. He's
working with the Rangers in this group, in this planet, they're not going to just one planet. They're all these different planets and liberating the local groups and trying to save people from this general. A lot of vagueness going on what's going on in this still for us, but they introduced this new Ranger as well, who's training them to be, and she's super strong. And apparently, they're going after other people who are connected to the grid in certain ways, which means they can't morph necessarily until they get more training in actual powers, but they are connected to it, which gives them certain abilities and powers. Turns out they're fighting these guys and trying to say, hey, we can teach you how to use these abilities, and you can do it as a force for good, and protect it. We find out though, they've got a whole warehouse. I mean, like Indiana Jones Temple, end of Indiana Jones, where they're putting the Ark of Covenant in this thing, filled with these jars of presumably people and beings they've captured and sealed away that connected to the grid. The reason doing this is because they don't want another Lord Draken, who's connected to the grid, who can cause extreme harm. And
so basically Justice League.
Simply like that, but Power Rangers.
Right.
So everything's Jaro on that one. So they're setting up a pretty cool story, because there's something going on Earth's side. There's also this which explains the necessary evil is the storyline.
Right.
So they're doing something to try to keep it, because they're like, the timelines, these universes, and these things need to stay in their place.
Right.
Otherwise, the grid shatters. Hence, shattered grid occurs. We can't have this happen again, so they're scared.
Yeah.
And
it just happened, and it was a huge deal. So.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's cool to see what we're doing and see what they have. I'm hoping we're going to see Zords. I'm hoping it's because they're bringing in a series that we never actually got to see over here. These are characters I believe were in Japan, and we're finally seeing stuff finally come over. That's Unless it's new, and I don't know that. I have to do more research. But it was super cool. This one hit a 9 out of 10 for me. I can't wait for the next one. It's just Boom handles their comics very, very well.
They do.
Even Kofi Kingston called out. Because he's got that new book coming out with Boom.
Yeah.
It's a New Day. He said Power Rangers. He mentions how great the Power Rangers writing has been. That he's like, I never expected that. So it was cool to see from another's perspective, from somebody. Yeah, he's being paid by Boom, but he's a fan. These guys have dressed up.
I've constantly said that the Buffy series that Boom is doing
is
awesome writing. It's very
Buffy
character-centric.
It used to be a weekly.
Yeah.
Great character representation.
Or like 50 pages.
Yeah.
Weekly or 50 pages, like one of those two.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. Although I am still in the boat saying it needs to be done. Give me more now.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like these are not hour-long episodes.
Yeah, I can get that. It's like a 15-minute webisode or
something like that. Like, okay,
but then I know what happens. I just need it to happen.
Yeah, super quick character advancement. So then, it puts them in certain situations that you know what should be the outcome of it, and
it's a place.
Just want it to,
even though we're not reviewing it right now, we're gonna just tell you this. But like, it's like they're playing it like they're assuming you know more than you're supposed to.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be picking up the book.
Yeah, probably.
Which is detrimental.
But, I mean, it also, you don't need to know everything that happens.
It's not, it's building new.
Yeah, it's a new storyteller, a new way to tell the same story.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I think, how it is going here, because it's going, the universe are staying the same, there's stuff happening, but it's kind of different. We're not going to get the same regurgitated story that we saw in our some of us childhood. Some of them, people saw these original stories and go, oh, they're just going to regurgitate. No, they have not at all. There's little hints and jabs to, like, the old lore that we saw in the show and stuff that were like, wait, that's supposed to happen. But now, with everything all screwed up, a shattered grid, anything can happen, and it's exciting, because I don't know when certain Rangers or certain things are going to show up, and it's super cool. So, but
that's awesome.
And they also, they didn't just go off into this tangent. They still have 2 stories they're building up here,
right?
And they've done it like throughout the entire writing the story. They've told a story, but laid seeds for so many other. And I love when they do, like Spider-Man did this week. There were so many things that they kind of laid seeds for that they can go forward. I'm tired of seed planting. Give me the story. Where's the tree? But that's Power Rangers has been good about that consistently, and it's not all at once. Like you'll suddenly hear oh, they brought that back. That was for issue 2.
I love when they tie things in.
It's so they sit hardcore in what they're building, and they're like, hey, this needs to mesh. And I think that's also so cool. So 9 out of 10, Power Rangers is awesome. It's Morphin time.
I love the fact that with any of these books that we're reading, there's always new writers, and one of the best and biggest parts of them is the amount of creativity that goes into the storytelling and being able to fit illustrations to it or whatever, or vice versa, as the Marvel method seems to go, or whatever. And we have this endless supply of people with creative new ideas, creative different stories and stuff, and so it doesn't get old. You expect to see regurgitated storylines and things like that, but they don't necessarily they'll go over stuff, but not to regurgitate it, but to tie it to it, or to expand on an old storyline, which is always cool. Always cool. I love that.
Or something that you not necessarily may have expected to be expanded on. That's something so is minor. Something in the corners might be something big that or even it allows for an introduction. I pointed at some, and it was I just kind of was like, "Hey,
Babylon
baby."
5?
It may tie in some way. You never know. I and that makes me feel good for the future of comics, because
for sure
there's a lot of fear of regurgitation of the same stuff, unless you are getting the guy from the cosmic level that's just regurgitating and Deadpool beats him. Remember?
The regurgitator. That one.
So, but
cool.
The future's bright. That's all I have for me. So that's all for all of us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Thank you for listening in to us. Like and subscribe on our social media.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of it going on right now. We've got the Stapled Together Instagram. We've got the Stapled Together Facebook. We've got the Stapled Together Twitter. All links down below.
Yep.
YouTube. We got that. We got Peach's Playhouse.
Coming up.
Sudon segment on YouTube.
Segment is out there. There's several episodes. And go on there, check them out, like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Stapled Together's on the YouTube. I'm working some episodes now. I've got some stuff going on now. It's a lot. It's been hot. It's hard to edit when it's hot.
It's hard to do anything when it's hot.
We're getting real close to our 50th episode. Yeah. Real close.
I think we might go live with that one. I think that might be a thing we might do. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll do some live stuff.
Maybe we'll get drunk again.
I mean, tell us what you want to hear for our 50th. Like, that's honestly what we want.
If we're a source of information for you, great. If you listen to us, great. But let us know what you'd like to hear from us, for sure. That helps too.
We want to know that you're out there if you're listening. Even if you're a family member that's just listening to listen for our voice. Yeah. It's good. Like and comment. Say, I like Spider-Man. I like Peachy. We like hearing that. All right?
We like you too.
We like you too. So we're happy you're listening. We're grateful to you guys being here. We want to know you're out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Comic Book Lake.
Comic Book Locator.
Comicbooklocator.com. If you don't know where your local comic book store is, go to comicbookstorelocator.com.
This is not an ad.
Not an ad.
This is not an ad.
But
it also shows you what books come out that week.
Yep.
Do the thing. Go on the internet.
Support your local comic book shops.
Yeah, do that.
For sure. Yeah, mom and pop shops out there that are, struggling to keep the printed word a thing.
Yeah. Even though, newspapers are dead.
Yeah.
We still have comic books, guys.
Printed is dying, but comic books, I think, are eternal. There's nothing... digital comics are great, but even now I'm starting to read them less and less, and finding it harder to get back into the digitals, but it's also hard to touch my comics.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like Peachy says. There's nothing better than
nothing
no
compares.
Substitute.
Yeah.
The
substitute. That's the words you say.
Don't
make us say it.
Jabber Jagger.
There's no substitute for the real comic book in your hands, for sure.
Yeah, definitely check out these books. Check out your local libraries, comic book stores. Pick them up. Some of these stories may not be in there immediately, but hey, that's what you got us for.
Yeah. Sure.
So you got a positive quote for us?
Do we want to tell everyone what our books are for next week?
Well,
first?
shit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Only been doing it for a year, guys.
Right.
I guess...
Peachy, go ahead and start.
I just have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 8 next week.
Instead of bombarding us with every Spider-Man, every 2 weeks, they're spreading them out finally.
Yeah.
Number 9?
Oh, is that number 9?
I'm all like 8. Wait.
8. Wait.
9.
Oh, number 9. Okay. I thought it said 8, but yeah, I had it marked number 8.
He's gonna be there next week. Like, no, I need number 8. 9's not out yet.
That's like a month from now. Get it right. So what do you think is going to be your pick?
I'm guessing maybe Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh man, that's a tough one. The books that I have next week are Angel number 3, Batman Who Laughs number 7, Justice League Dark Annual number 1, which I think is rude. And
For sure.
Red Hood Outlaw Annual number 3, which is also rude.
I'm excited for that one.
What's rude is when they release the annual the same time as the book. Like, number 26. Oh, and by the way, here's the annual.
But this is week and week. Like,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
week to, like...
Yeah, two
Yeah.
in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I'm not okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
At least there's not a cardstock variant that you have
Yeah.
to pay an extra $1 for.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I've got a prediction on that.
Oh, yeah.
What did I say were my picks?
I think the annual
Man,
is going to be
well,
your pick.
Batman Who Laughs, it's the last Batman Who Laughs. So unless that's your pick, I'm probably going to talk about it, because we haven't talked about it in a while, and that is going to tie in directly to Batman Superman, which I will more than likely be picking up, because
Really?
a lot of stuff is going to go down.
You're going to pick
Only
it up?
because of the Batman Who Laughs.
Tom King.
Batman
I
Who
might pick
Laughs.
it up also.
Nice.
I loved when they started the Batman Superman series before.
It's
I read
good.
that, like, I loved it, so I don't see why not.
I miss Turner.
Yo, man, like an MFer,
Oh,
for
man.
sure.
Michael Turner, look him up. One of the greatest artists that has ever graced comic books in history. Is that all you have for us, though?
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I have Angel number 3.
So do I.
Yeah. Batman Last Night on Earth. I might read that one. Batman Who Laughs number 7.
Yeah.
That one's definitely going to be one I'll probably talk about. And Powers of X. I'm going to pick that one up. But there's also Sonic the Hedgehog Tangle and Whisper number 1. So you never know, that might jump up my... So do you have a prediction? No? I think it's because I'm
I have a
predicting
prediction
now.
that Ooze is going to leave the podcast next week.
I'm honestly expecting it's going to be probably a toss-up for me between Batman Who Laughs and probably Powers of X.
Yeah,
if
which
it
is
stays in the realm that it's been.
Right.
And I'll have to read a lot of Angel to catch up on Angel.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Both of them, yeah.
That's a
Because
lot.
we never got...
And
we
0.
just got number 1.
Yeah.
Like, we read 0.
We read
Because
0.
it was the tie-in to the Buffy number
Oh,
5.
okay, that's
I think.
right.
But yeah,
That's
so
right.
1 and 2 we would have to read before 3.
It's strange that I don't see a 2 in my in the amount of books that I'm picking up next week. Like, it feels like a half week.
Yeah.
But that's it for me.
Nice.
That's
Sweet.
so yeah.
Alright, well, inspirational quotes.
You got an inspirational quote for us, Ruth?
Yeah. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. That's Jim Rohn.
Right.
It made me think of The Flash.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah, with him fixing in, like, it's a new day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The future.
yeah.
It's a new day. New day. Well, right on. Well, thank you for that wonderful quote there. Thank you for listening. I am Sudon.
I'm Peachy.
And I'm Ooze.
And we will see you guys next time.
Next week.
You'll be hearing us in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, Purdy.
Bye.
I even wrote them down. It's the Captain Cold Cardstock. You're the villain.
Billion. I love billions.
Billions are the best. We got the unlock story cover.
Billions and millions and billions.
Billions. Millions of Villians.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting incompetch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm, our website unstabletogetherpod.wixsite.com, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.